In a world drowning in financial noise, where Wall Street thrives on confusion and every headline screams a new secret to riches, most people are paralyzed, unsure of where to begin, terrified of making the wrong move. Retirement feels like a distant mirage, investing feels like a gamble, and the dream of financial independence seems reserved for the elite. But J.L. Collins cuts through the chaos with a blade of simplicity, declaring that wealth is not complicated, that freedom is not reserved for the few, that the path is clear if you dare to walk it. Imagine standing at the edge of a labyrinth of stock tickers, flashing numbers, and endless jargon, only to see a glowing golden path cutting straight through the maze. That path is index fund investing, the simple, disciplined strategy that transforms confusion into clarity, fear into confidence, chaos into peace. This is not about chasing trends. It is about building freedom, about creating what Collins calls FU money, the power to live life on your own terms.
Wall Street wants you to believe investing is rocket science, that you need experts, complex strategies, and endless products to survive. But the truth is brutal. Complexity is a trap, designed to keep you dependent, to keep you paying fees, to keep you confused. Collins exposes this illusion, showing that the market is not a casino, but a machine, a wealth engine that rewards patience and punishes panic. Imagine a magician dazzling a crowd with smoke and mirrors, while behind the curtain, the trick is simple, obvious, and accessible to anyone. That is the financial industry, layers of jargon hiding the truth that index funds quietly outperform most active managers. The illusion of complexity is shattered when you realize that simplicity is not weakness, it is strength, it is clarity, it is the path to freedom.
Collins' core command is simple. Buy broad-based index funds, hold them forever, and let compounding do the work. No chasing hot stocks, no timing the market, no gambling on trends. Imagine planting a single seed in fertile soil, walking away, and returning years later to find a towering tree heavy with fruit. That is the power of index funds. They are not flashy, they are not exciting, but they are relentless, quietly capturing the growth of the entire market year after year, decade after decade. The S&P 500 becomes your ally, diversification becomes your shield, and time becomes your greatest weapon. Collins insists that wealth is not built in bursts, but in silence, in patience, in the discipline to stay the course when others panic. Index funds are the antidote to chaos, the simple path to wealth, the strategy that transforms ordinary earners into extraordinary success stories.
J.L. Collins introduces one of the most electrifying concepts in personal finance, FU money. It is not about greed, it is not about luxury, it is about freedom, the power to walk away from toxic jobs, suffocating obligations, and soul-crushing compromises. Imagine a man standing at the edge of a corporate skyscraper, briefcase in hand, turning his back on the chaos as a golden sunrise beckons him toward open fields. That is FU money, the ability to say no, to live life on your own terms, to never again be trapped by fear of losing a paycheck. Collins insists that true wealth is not measured in possessions, but in autonomy, in the ability to choose your path without compromise. FU money is not just financial, it is psychological, a shield against manipulation, a declaration of independence. And once you taste it, you will never settle for chains again. Collins strips away the fear surrounding the stock market, revealing it not as a casino, but as a relentless wealth engine. Over decades, despite crashes, recessions, and panics, the market rises, compounding relentlessly for those who stay the course.
Imagine gears turning inside a massive golden machine, each rotation representing years of growth, each cog powered by patience. The market rewards discipline, punishes panic, and transforms ordinary savers into extraordinary investors. Collins insists that volatility is not danger, it is opportunity, the noise that distracts but never derails the long-term trajectory of wealth. The stock market is not your enemy, it is your ally, if you respect its rhythm and embrace its power.
Wealth is not built by chasing more, it is built by needing less. Collins echoes Ramsey's discipline, but frames it with simplicity. Live below your means, invest the difference, and watch freedom grow. Imagine two roads, one lined with luxury cars and neon lights, the other a quiet path leading to a radiant horizon. The first dazzles but enslaves, the second humbles but liberates. Living below your means is not deprivation, it is empowerment, the choice to prioritize freedom over fleeting thrills. And beyond yourself, Collins emphasizes generosity, the joy of giving, the legacy of helping others walk the same path. True wealth is not hoarded, it is shared, it is multiplied, it is remembered. J.L. Collins's philosophy collides with Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, exposing two radically different visions of wealth. Kiyosaki preaches leverage. Use debt to buy assets. Let borrowed money fuel growth. Collins rejects this entirely, declaring debt the enemy, simplicity the weapon, and index funds the path. Imagine two pedestals, one glowing with the word assets, the other radiating simplicity. Kiyosaki's path is bold but dangerous, a tightrope stretched across a canyon where one misstep means ruin. Collins's path is slower but safer, a golden staircase carved into stone, each step deliberate, each victory permanent. The comparison proves this commentary is not blind praise, it is analysis, a recognition that philosophies differ, that choices matter. And for those who crave clarity, Collins' simple path is not just advice, it is salvation.
Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money whispers a softer truth. Money is not rules, it is emotions. It is human behavior wrapped in complexity. Where Collins builds rigid simplicity, Housel embraces nuance. Collins says, buy index funds, stay the course, ignore the noise. Housel says, everyone's plan is different, shaped by fear, hope, and circumstance. Imagine two chessboards, one perfectly ordered, every piece in its place, the other chaotic but creative, pieces scattered yet still forming strategy. Collins' rigidity is strength for those who need discipline, but Housel's flexibility resonates with those who crave understanding. Together, they reveal the spectrum of financial wisdom, one side demanding obedience, the other embracing humanity. The contrast proves that no single book holds the monopoly on truth. Instead, each offers a lens, a perspective, a weapon for a different battle. Collins does not leave you with theory. He gives you a battle plan, a 7-day war against confusion. Day 1, open your eyes to simplicity, audit your investments, strip away complexity, and identify every product that bleeds fees. Knowledge is the first weapon. Day 2, commit to index funds. Cancel the noise, stop chasing hot stocks, and redirect your money into broad-based funds that capture the market. Imagine a calendar glowing with red check marks, each mark a declaration of war against complexity. These first 2 days are not about money, they are about identity, about proving to yourself that you can act, that you can change, that you can begin. The journey is long, but the first steps are the most important, the proof that transformation is possible. Day 3 is about building your shield, the starter emergency fund. It is not wealth, it is not luxury, it is survival.
Scrape together $1,000. Sell what you must, sacrifice what you can, because this fund is the wall that protects you from chaos. Imagine coins stacking into a glowing barrier, each one a brick of security. Day 4 demands clarity. List every investment and every debt. Strip away the noise and confront the truth of your financial life. Write them down, face them without fear, and recognize that simplicity is not weakness, it is power. These 2 days forge the foundation, protection from disaster, and a clear vision of the battlefield you must conquer. Day 5 is the moment the war begins, the automation of investing. Set up recurring transfers into index funds so your discipline is no longer dependent on willpower but locked into the system. Imagine gears clicking into place, a machine running silently in the background, building wealth without your constant attention. Day 6 is about cutting recurring expenses, cancel subscriptions, downgrade luxuries, and redirect every free dollar into your path to wealth. These 2 days are the turning point. Automation ensures consistency, and cutting expenses accelerates growth. Together, they transform your financial life from fragile to unstoppable.
Day 7 is reflection, adjustment, and commitment. The plan is alive, the system is running, but now you must look inward. Ask yourself, what habits must die? What sacrifices must endure? What vision must guide you? Imagine a climber reaching the summit at sunrise, arms raised in triumph, the horizon blazing with possibility. This day is not about money, it is about resolve, about choosing to continue when the excitement fades, about embracing discipline as identity. The simple path is not a week-long project, it is a lifelong transformation. Day 7 is the vow to never return to chains, to never surrender to confusion, to walk the path of freedom until the end. The journey is not just about knowledge, it is about action, about equipping yourself with the tools to fight back against confusion and reclaim your freedom. J.L. Collins's The Simple Path to Wealth is more than a book, it is a battle plan, a weapon forged from simplicity and tested by thousands. If you are ready to begin, the link to the book is waiting in the description below, a gateway to the blueprint that can change your life. This is not a sales pitch, it is a bridge, a connection between the words you hear and the steps you must take. Imagine a glowing book hovering above a digital cart, a symbol of choice, of commitment, of the decision to act. The path begins not with theory, but with action, and that action begins here.
Transparency is not optional, it is essential. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases, and this support fuels the mission of At Best Book Summary, allowing us to continue delivering cinematic, high-retention content that empowers viewers worldwide. This disclosure is not a distraction, it is a promise, a commitment to honesty, to integrity, to compliance with the rules that govern this platform. Imagine a balanced scale blowing with fairness, each side equal, each side just. The simple path is about discipline, and discipline includes honesty. By supporting through the affiliate link, you are not just buying a book, you are investing in the continuation of this channel, in the creation of content that informs, inspires, and transforms.
And now, as the journey closes, the call is simple but profound. Act. Confusion is a prison, but freedom is within reach. Collins' plan is not flashy, but it is possible, and the proof lies in thousands who have walked this path before you. Imagine a golden staircase rising into radiant light, each step a sacrifice, each step a victory, each step carrying you closer to freedom. The simple path is not about numbers, it is about identity, about becoming the kind of person who refuses chains, who embraces discipline, who builds a future worth living. From confusion to clarity, from fear to confidence, from chaos to peace, the transformation begins not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Your journey begins with a single step, and that step is yours to take.